Hello, my name is Jimmy Dawson, principal of Acton Middle School. Right now I would like to step you through our Engage survey, the role of academic behaviors. Engage is a survey that is from the ACT company, and it measures the academic behaviors of our students. On Wednesday, September 5th, Acton Middle School 6th grade students will be taking a survey online called ACT Engage. Engage survey will help you identify student strengths and needs for several skills that are related to earning good grades, graduating from high school, and being college and career ready. Earning good grades throughout school and getting a high school diploma are critical in order to set students on the right path for future success. This survey will be given during class time and will only take about 30 minutes to complete. ACT Engage measures personal, behavioral, and academic skills critical to middle school and high school success. The report from the survey is designed to help identify your child's strengths and weaknesses in order to ensure that they are successful in their academic careers. Our current 7th and 8th grade students took this survey back in the spring. Their results are in, and I will step you through a little bit about their results in just a moment. Just a little bit more about this survey. Again, the survey will take about 30 minutes to complete. This is your child's perception of school at that moment in time. As you know, students' attitudes change about school often. At the moment they take the survey is going to be their perception, therefore the results will be based on their perception at the time of the survey. 6th grade students will be taking the survey September 5th. Again, current 7th and 8th graders took the survey May 4th of 2012. It measures their academic behaviors, which we'll go over in just a moment. There will be some overlap from middle school to high school to post-secondary. These factors are very important for school, career, college, and work success. Let's take a more in-depth look at the domains and categories that this survey has to offer at this time. The first domain we'll look at is motivation and skills. Personal characteristics that help students to succeed academically by focusing and maintaining energies on goal-directed activities. Academic discipline. The degree to which a student is hardworking and conscientious, as evidenced by the amount of effort invested into completing schoolwork. Next, the commitment to school. Commitment to stay in high school and obtain a diploma at the highest level. The next measure, optimism. Having a hopeful outlook about the future in spite of difficulties or challenges. The next domain we'll look at is social engagement. The interpersonal factors that influence students' successful integration or adaptation into their environment. First, let's look at family attitude towards education. Does the family have a positive attitude regarding the value of education? Next, family involvement. According to the student's perception, remember, is the family's involvement in a student's school life and activities important? Next, relationships with school personnel. The extent to which students relate to school personnel as part of their connection to school. And lastly, school safety climate. School qualities related to students' perception of security at school. Again, this is the student's perception of how they are safe at school. The last domain we will look at is self-regulation, the cognitive and affective processes used to monitor, regulate, and control behavior related to learning. First, managing feelings. The tendency to manage the duration and intensity of negative feelings such as anger, sadness, embarrassment, and to find appropriate ways to express these feelings. Next, orderly conduct. Tendency to behave appropriately in class and to avoid disciplinary action. And lastly, thinking before acting. Tendency to think about the consequences of one's actions before acting. As the students complete these surveys, they will be able to give their perception of these domains and categories. Let's look at a sample survey at this time. This student sample survey gives details, and we will begin at the top. At the top, you will see a scale and some percentiles. Under the scale are the categories of the domains we just discussed and reviewed. The percentiles are comparisons, and as you can see, the top two are commitment to school and family attitude towards education. This student scored in the 99 percentile in those two areas. Down below, capitalize on your strengths. It talks about the students' higher scores and where they did well. Their perception obviously is they're committed to school, and their family attitude towards education is very positive. In addition, they have some optimism about their learning. We'll continue to the back of the report and see more details at this time. As we look at the back of this sample student report, you'll see these scores are a little bit lower. At the top, school safety climate. This student scored in the 42 percentile range. The details of this still indicate that they perceive school environment as usually safe and an adequate foundation for pursuing your academic goals. Students with similar scores sometimes report some safety concerns at their schools, but these concerns do not usually interfere with students' academic progress. As you look at more of the categories, I'll refer you a little bit lower to the making plans or make plans for improvement. Just below that are three of the categories: academic discipline, managing feelings, and thinking before acting. These are areas obviously that need improvement. Let's look at the first one, academic discipline. Starting in the second sentence, your responses indicate that you frequently approach academic tasks with less enthusiasm and effort than other students. You may frequently rush through your homework without paying much attention to detail, turn in poor or incomplete work, or give up on difficult tasks or problems. These are areas that parents could have conversation with students if they know and understand this. We'll continue on. So, how will the school use this data? This information will just be another piece of data that will help us as we academically advise students for their future. This information for you as a parent is to have as you look at course offerings for your child in the future. So, in the future, we are dedicated to provide as many opportunities for students to be college and career ready. Let's look at some other exams that students will be taking. Let's talk a little bit more about college-ready academic exams. While the ACT Engage survey measures academic behaviors for students, it provides good information for us as schools and you as a parent. As we discussed, we are committed to preparing and having the opportunity for students to be as career and college ready as possible. More than just the state data, especially since STAR this year is delayed for a year, we're going to have some other exams and opportunities for our students. I am very excited to announce. The data can be compared to students around the nation, and what we are doing is going to be providing practice for students before their actual ACT or SAT exams. This year, all 7th grade students will be taking the Ready Step, which is a smaller version of the SAT exam. 8th grade students will have the opportunity to take the Explore, or the smaller version of ACT exam. These exams are going to be excellent practice for our students as they prepare to take the real ACT and SAT exams in the future. It will provide them an opportunity to see the format of the test, and it will give a good comparison and norm reference for students across the nation. Our 9th through 11th grade students will take the Plan, or that is again a smaller version of the ACT, or the PSAT, which is the Practice SAT. Obviously, students in high school, 10th through 12th grades, will be committed to taking the ACT and or SAT exams. This is a fantastic opportunity for our 7th and 8th graders as we're preparing them for their future. I certainly hope you find this information valuable and beneficial. This is a new format of meeting for me, so I'm trying to work through this process and do it as diligently as possible. I hope that this is convenient for you, as you can listen to this and view this PowerPoint at the convenience of your home or office. And if you have others that you'd like to forward this link to, please do so. As always, if you have questions, please email or call us. You're welcome to call me, Jimmy Dawson, or one of our counselors, Miss Stacy Bishop or Mrs. Dee Dee Lofton, and we will be happy to answer any questions possible. More information will be coming out for our 7th and 8th grade students as they prepare to take the Ready Step and Explore exams later on this fall. Hope that you have a great day, and again, thank you for allowing us to serve your student at Acton Middle School.